Let's talk politics. Election 2016. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton closer to securing their party's presidential nomination this morning.
They are both won the majority of the 12 states, including Tennessee, during Super Tuesday. Clinton had a sweeping victory in the volunteer state with 66% of the votes. See, everybody's celebrating that and happy about that and laughing about that. Bernie Sanders at just 32%. Overall, Clinton won 7 states and Sanders 4, including his home state of Vermont. Donald Trump's win in Tennessee was a lot closer with only 39% of the votes. Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio both got more than 20%, which means they will get some of the state's delegates. Cruz did secure wins in Alaska, Oklahoma, and his home state of Texas. And Rubio came out on top of Minnesota, and Trump took the rest.
All right. Lieutenant Governor Ron Ramsey threw his support behind Trump last night. Somewhat of a surprise move. The Tennessee GOP, however, they skirted around the issue, only saying that Trump needs to control some of the controversial rhetoric.
And that has no room in the Republican Party. I think in very short order he will disavow and he will correct that record. But at the end of the day, I know this. In November, we're going to put up a conservative alternative to Hillary Clinton, and we will make sure to defeat her.
A different scene at the Democratic Watch Party where there was a lot of cheering as the numbers came in. Party leader said voters had 2 strong candidates to choose from, but they think the fact that Clinton visited the state several times and Bernie Sanders did not helped give her an edge in the end.
It always helps when a candidate comes to the state and speaks to voters directly and shows that they're interested in the state. So I think it can have a real difference. I think also the other reason why it's so good that she's come here is I think it telegraphs to us that Tennessee is in play in the November election, which is also.
You can find all of Super Tuesday's results on our website, along with local races across Middle Tennessee. All you have to do is go to newschannel5.com.
And more breaking news from overnight now. An armed man was taken into custody after a long standoff with police. This happened on Lewis Drive at the Ridge on Greenhaven Apartments up in the Goodlettsville area right there on the Davidson and Sumner County line. Officers evacuated the apartment complex while Millersville police negotiated with the guy inside one of the units. The suspect finally surrendered just before 5 o'clock this morning. Nice and peaceful. Great job by the authorities there. He has been taken in for a mental evaluation.
A deadly wrong-way crash in Clarksville shut down the interstate for hours this morning. News Channel 5's Matthew Torres has been on the scene all morning long. And Matthew, we have heard at least one person has died in this accident.
Amy, that's right. That one person's dead. We don't know the name of that driver just yet. But so far, according to the THP, that driver was traveling right here on I-24 East earlier this morning when, for some unknown reason, according to witnesses, then turned the vehicle around, colliding into a commercial vehicle, causing a fiery crash. So this wrong-way incident is still under investigation by the THP. Meanwhile, this caused major delays out on the interstate here in Clarksville from mile marker 4 all the way up to mile marker 8. You heard from Dave that now lanes all of them have reopened, but let me tell you, it really caused backup, forcing many drivers to take a detour. But again, lanes have reopened this morning. Again, this accident, this crash is still under investigation, but we are told that driver was traveling at least 100 miles per hour right before the crash. Reporting live in Clarksville, Matthew Torres, News Channel 5.
Wow. All right, Matthew, thank you. Meantime, a driver was rushed to the hospital after another bad head-on crash in Nashville. Look at this. Metro police say the green truck sideswiped a couple of vehicles before slamming into another truck on Highway 70 yesterday. The driver of that green truck airlifted to the hospital in critical condition. The name and what caused the crash has still not yet been released.
The shooting death of an 8-year-old girl is the focus of state lawmakers who are trying to pass a gun safety bill. Right now, the little girl's mother is in Nashville trying to help. Latasha Dyer joined state lawmakers yesterday to talk about legislation sponsored by Senator Sarah Kyle, named after her daughter, Michaela. Michaela was shot and killed last year in East Tennessee by an 11-year-old neighbor. Michaela's law would criminally punish anyone who leaves a firearm unattended around children 13 years old or younger.
Our family is devastated by this avoidable tragedy. If the weapon had been simply locked away and unloaded, Michaela would still be here.
Last year, Michaela and at least 24 children in Tennessee were injured by someone using a gun. A maximum violation of Michaela's law carries a Class C felony. That's up to 15 years in prison with up to a $10,000 fine.